Hello, everybody. How is everybody doing today? I have one of three choices. We have three choices. We can either color this nice image from Karolina Kubikowska's new book. That one is called Rising. Or we can go with the Mythomorphia book, which is a Kerby Rosanes book. And of course, it's the Pegasus, which I've never done the Pegasus. That's always a fun one. But if we do that, then I have pastels here. So keep that in mind. All the stuff is here that we need to do. We take that off and we finish what I started in, which one is this? This is Wizard of Oz. If we do this one, I can finish it. You know what I mean? And this would be an image to finish, because I started it a really long time ago and never finished it. It's like one of those books you never finish. Hello to the one person in here. What would you like to see me color in today? Finish this Fabiana Attansio page in the Wizard of Oz. We do the lovely Pegasus from Kerby. Although, Kerby's pictures usually take more than one stream to do. So keep that in mind, or I'll finish it off camera like I've been doing for a lot of things. Or we color from Karolina Kubikowska's Rising. Now, this would be interesting because it has snakes. It would be good for the season, So it's like I'm thinking that I'm partial to this one, but hopefully more people come in the stream. So I'm just seeing who's in the stream. So you know how it goes. Just seeing if someone did something. So I'm going to send a message out again in my regular channel to make sure that people are there. Let's make sure everybody knows I'm live on the Facebook group. So I guess it's up to me. I think what we'll do is we'll finish this Fabiana Attansio page. Now, I don't remember what pencils I used. Quite frankly, I don't remember this color. I have to actually look up what the color is. I don't remember it. It's probably like a bluish green. So let's see if this is the blue-green. This has been a long time whip. Like I was going through my fairy tale books, and actually I found out that I have the Peter Pan book, and I've never done a picture in it. And I'm like, how is that even? Possible that I've never. Even if you don't do it, I do love Fabiana's books. I think there's a lot of fun things to do in them. I have most of the fairy tale ones. I just can't find my Alice in Wonderland right now, this book, but that's okay because you know what? We have plenty of other Alice in Wonderland books, but I'll eventually find them. All I have to do is have a little bit of faith that I'll find them. So we'll do that. We'll do Finding the Lost Girl. I managed to have new pencils too last time. These are called Finding the Lost Girl pencils for people who don't know what they are. These are really nice pencils. I would definitely buy these again. They're very, very reasonably priced right now, so. What I like about them is they're very smooth. I like these. These are nice. What pencils do you guys like? Prismas? I don't get to color in these too often. The Fabiana books, I love them, but sometimes I feel like they're so detailed like a Kerby book, but they're fun, you know what I mean? Now, someone asked me, "Oh, I don't really see you work with your polychromos all that often." And it's not because I don't like the polychromos, which I really think they're a very good pencil. You know, here's my issue with them. I can't really blend with them. And I know some people are like phenomenal at blending with them. I happen to be one of those people who's not good at blending with those pencils. Like, this is what I like about Prismas, the ability to layer. The only thing I don't like about the Prismas is they leave sometimes what we call a, what do you call it? A wax bloom. I think for me, the biggest thing about these pencils is that they're really smooth to work with. Some would say that's not important, but I think working with smoother pencils, actually given the way they feel on your hands, is important. So here I am doing this. You know, the thing about doing old pictures sometimes is sometimes you come across something. Hello to the one person in the room. You come across something old, and then you're like, wait a minute, why have I not finished this picture? And realize you have a, what we call it, a WIP, a work in progress. So I'm thinking like a grayish green color. And these sharpen extremely, extremely well too. The sign of a good pencil is it sharpens extremely better. After this stream is over, I'll probably plug in a link to where you can purchase these if you're interested in them. I think last stream I put a link in. When I link products in my YouTube channel, I have to give a disclaimer. Well, the disclaimer reads anything I feature on here, and that if I put a link to an Amazon, that's actually going to make me a small little bit of commission, and I use that commission to help fund the channel, like get new supplies and other things. So if you're here, just say hello. We don't bite here. I think I chose this one because I think it's like the most, I did this one a few years ago, but never finished it. So sometimes I'll choose different pictures because it's like I need to start doing some things that I like to color. Someone else asked me, would I keep these books? I think I'd keep this one. This one I would keep, just because I like the pictures in it. So if I really like the pictures in it, then I keep it. If I don't keep it, To me, it depends on the book, the images, and what I've done in it. I think it's important to keep things you like and things that you've accomplished. I did finally get my camera. I did finally find the charger for my camera, so for my regular video camera, so I'm really happy about that. I think it's important to try new supplies too every once in a while, because you might actually find something you like. But the thing is, I have to be careful about how much I put in, because now that I'm living in a smaller home, it's all about space, maximizing my space too. I'm not going to keep every coloring book I finish. It's not realistic. I did finish one coloring book this month, so I was really happy about that. And I only have 2 more pictures left in another one, but it wasn't one of the top 10. It's the Kira Shirchanova book I have. I wouldn't keep that one either because not that I don't like the pictures, it's not one that I would keep. I just wanted to try one of her books to see if I liked them or not. So you see how it comes together, and then we'll do her skin. Skin is always the thing. Hello to the 2 people in the room. How are you? I think I did most of this in Prisma before. I don't remember what I used, but if anybody's curious, we're using the Finding the Lost Girl pencils, this is what the tin looks like. If anybody's curious, there's also another one where they have to wrap it, but they're the same exact pencils no matter which case you buy. I always hate when they do this. Put the thing in the middle of the page. It just annoys me. No, I haven't had that in a while, but that's what happens when you have some older books. So now we have it nice and sharp, so now we can probably get into that. Nice tiny thing. So you see how this is all colored, and I enjoy these coloring books. I actually enjoy Fabiana's books. I even enjoy the ones that she did in the mythographic series. I need to start working in those books again, but they're so, here's my problem with the mythographic books. They're so nice, but they're so very, very detailed. I like looking at what people do in them, but I'm like, when it comes to my turn, I go, uh-oh. So now next, I think we will do the skin tone on the girl. That requires, that when you can't get open a case to put the pencil back, you're like, ah. So now we're going to do the skin tone, which requires us to use Prismas. I love Prismas in general, and everybody knows that about me. Little red there. Make the little red there. Because I'm a background that I'm doing. One of the pictures in my, what is the thing? In my pop manga, for one of the pictures I'm doing in pop manga. I'm not done with it yet. But, I was almost tempted to bring that out, but because I'm working in like 2 or 3 pictures right now and that, it's kind of like hard to do that. The book on the stream. I know some people do it like crazy on the stream. Deco Peach. Now you can do skin tone pretty much with anything. Some people do it with polychromos. I've never been able to do it with polychromos skin tone, but there's certain things I like about, you know, when I do it, there's certain things that I like about doing it. Seashell pink. Little beige. I like with Prismacolors you can layer them. You don't have to be like so particular about them. And I did finally get the replacement pencils for the 2 colors in Prismacolor. So for those who are wondering what the 2 replacement colors are, see, this is the original. This is the lilac and lavender pencils, right? These are the original. Lilac and lavender. So the 2 colors that are going to replace it, if anybody's wondering, are these ones. This is Orchid and Amethyst. Just so you guys get an understanding of what the color is going to be. I think we're going to use up the lilac to do these. And this, of course, is called your light peach. So this is the final color to blend out the skin. For me, the best. The best pencil blenders in my mind are this one, the Light Peach Prisma, the titanium white from Luminance, and Luminance Pablo's, my mistake, and certain colors in the and I think some of the Black Widows. The Black Widow skin tone, the light and dark are excellent, but also get that pastel set. The forget what the pastel set is. They have a thing of pastels, so. As you can see, we have a lot of pencils in here. I use a lot of different pencils, so that's just me, my particular thing. Olive green, and this is a Soho Urban pencil. Now, these pencils are hexagonal, which makes them a little bit different to use. Next week I might be going down to LA to see my nieces. That should be a lot of fun. I miss them tremendously. So now we will do another color. Cadmium green light. I have no idea what some of these colors are because I haven't used these pencils in a while. I'm really grateful. These don't sharpen as well. The pencils do. Then I missed this pink. I love finishing things on camera. You know what I mean? Like, it always feels good when we color something in this. I put a paper down because sometimes everybody knows this after coloring for a while. Some pencils, I don't know why, but in some books they leave residue on the previous page. Sometimes they don't. You know, even if you're a heavy-handed colorist, it doesn't matter. Unless I'm coloring on other sheets. I mean, I really like this. The dog is going to be darker. I did it like, I think what I was trying to do here originally was do a base layer. And that's going to be a pink. Excuse me. This is what happens when you move stuff. Mhm. Let me see what I have in colors. This is moss green. This is moss green. I hate when the mouse gets all twisted. Forgive me, my mouse got all twisted. I don't know why I can't hear anybody on this thing or see anybody's thing. Cancel. I don't know what happened there. Hello to the 2 people in the stream. Say hello. These are Derwent Pro colors. To me, they're like an upgraded version of the color source. Yeah, believe it or not, I found my color source after all this time. I know I'm not going to do a background. I think the picture doesn't need a background. I don't know what this is, but this is called Distant Green. So we will see how this looks. Sometimes they have such weird names for the colors. To me, I think it's really... Thinking of making this bush red. It's interesting. These pencils do not like these papers because when I'm coloring it, I feel some resistance on these pencils. So that's interesting. Normally I don't get, on that pencil, I got a lot of resistance on that pencil. So. Which was an interesting thing to happen. So now I go back to my old favorite. I love this one. What is this one? Turquoise Cobalt. The colors in this are just vibrant. Don't worry, I have duplicates of my Prismas. Not everything works color-wise. Most things do. I do not know what this color is. And what is this? Gray green light. No, that's not going to work. What is this one? Parrot green, which is one of my favorite colors. I guess it's a new pencil because it hasn't been sharpened yet. This is parrot green. I love the vibrancy of this. You know, some colors just come out very, very, some colors just pop like crazy. We're doing well here. I think, you know. I really like the way this is coming out. You know, it seems to be like, you know, when we say something pops, it really does pop. So I think I'm going to do purple in this, purple and pink in there. You know, sometimes I don't know what I'm going to color. Sometimes it's just you pick something and it's because you're in the mood to do it, you know. And sometimes I have this giant plan for the picture and then things go wrong. Like, you know, sometimes you have something out to color and then your nieces come over and they find your stuff and they start scribbling on it and then you get all upset and then you're like, you know what, it'll force me to be creative. I think I'm going to make this bush red. That bush red. Not everything always has to be green, you know. You can make leaves orange, you can make them yellow. I think this may be one of my best pieces. You know, I enjoy when I sit here and I color with you guys. It's just so much fun. You know, I'm going to check my phone because I'm not getting, the chat is not getting up. Let me see if something's going on with the chat. Why I can't get anything in there. If I'm doing this right. I'm just saying what it is, you know, there's a lot of bad things going on in the world too. Don't know why I can't get myself up. Can't seem to get me up. For some reason, I can't get the chat up. See, for some reason, I can't get the. Let's see if I can get the chat up. I can't seem to get the chat up. I don't know why I can't get the chat working today. Let's see what. See, sometimes you can get the chat working and other times you can't. So we'll see. I always like to see what is going on with the chat on my phone too. Hello to the two people. Say hello. Let me type in hello. So we get a message in there. Hello to the three people in chat. Please say hello. Don't be afraid. We don't bite here. Here's a nice little purple. And then what I like to do when I have double space images is take everything one step at a time. So this way everything is good. Hello to the chat in general. We'll probably get this picture done today. I feel like, you know, whenever I get a picture done in a book, especially one that's an older pic, that brings me a sense of accomplishment. And, you know, I did get the Halloween issue. I'm waiting for the Christmas issue, which I think is even more spectacular than the Of My Color in Heaven. You know, from what pictures I've seen of it, it looks really pretty. I like the purple enough that I want to color this purple. I like purple. I always like to see what people color. No, YouTube inserts the ads. I don't choose the ads. I try to make them balanced so they're not excessive. We'll probably stop about an hour. When I did some, now I'm going to put some more brown on him, make him a little bit more thinner. This I think is henna. See, I'm lightly going over him. I'm not totally going total dark on him. This is just called shading. So you do this to make animals are not my specialty. Mother and our TV broke, so we're not exactly right now doing well sharing the TV. My TV in my room is okay. So keep that in mind. And I have to share the TV with her a lot, so that too is a thing. And this is the Prisma. This is 20% warm gray. We still got these leaves to do, and then a tree and some more leaves. Dang it, I'm not sure if I want to make it white or if I want to make it a darker blue. I think I want to make it a little bit of a darker blue, not too dark. And this is called denim blue. Thing is, when you're working with prismas, is that they're very waxy. Not like in this color I chose. So we use one of these instead. pictures don't have to look perfect. They can look however you want them to look. We finished this picture. The first time I finished a picture of Fabiana's on stream. This is like what I call one of those old whips that just, it stays around and then you're like, oh, why does it stay around? It shouldn't stay around, right? I know, right? It's like you want to do something different. Sometimes when I'm coloring, I see something that may have gotten missed or I didn't color it quite right, and I missed a little spot. You see how the way the colors are starting to so you see how nice those colors came out? Just give it a little whirl and do it. So I need to do a green. We need to do a green. It's going to be really nice. This is all going to finish out nicely. Always when you can't get it. So I like those colors. Those colors work. As you guys can see, we are almost there. We're almost finishing the page, which I kind of find very nice, and finishing it up. These colors really just pop. When we're done, we'll color them in and make them look poppy and just enjoy it. I feel like with these pages, I feel like especially when we near an end of a project, that always seems to be like, yay, are you ever going to finish something? I always feel like when I finish something, I feel a little sad. Move this up here a little bit so you guys can see what I'm doing. Even if people didn't respond today, at least I know there were people who came in and watched. When you watch this back, you can always comment when you watch it back. You never know when I'm going to be on because it's always, I try not to crowd anybody else. And I figure there's enough room in it and color too for everybody. I really, really enjoyed doing that color. Hey, Carol, how are you? We chose to do a page today. I've been working on this about The Wizard of Oz by Fabiana Attansio. So we did a lot of this with the new pencils, the Lost Girl pencils. I know, I've been waiting for someone to come and comment. So then we have this color. I have not seen what this color looks like. I know, you came, like someone commented. Isn't it nice? I actually finished it. It was a long-term whip. And since nobody was here to choose between the three books, I chose this one because part of this has already been, done. And then there's another part that I didn't finish. So we used to finish it. I don't know what I started using. So I used Prismas, Finding the Lost Girl colored pencils, Sohos, Prismas, Derwent Pro colors. So the more I use these Finding the Lost Girl pencils, the more I'm enjoying them. That doesn't mean that people should not buy the expensive kinds. It is nice to get a whip done. Some books take me so long to do, and then I forgot what I did. Like, one of the pages I wanted to do, but I decided to do this because it would just be easier. I noticed I was thinking about doing this one. This is the Mythomorphia by Kerby. I was thinking about doing that one. But when I go and I look at this book, I see a lot of whips in this one. I should have a day where I just do nothing but whips. Here's another one that's a long-term whip in progress. I don't know if I'm ever going to finish this one because these gel pens, I no longer have these gel pens. This was like one of my first ever whips and I've never finished it. This book I have tons, and then this one, the Mythomorphia. This is when I started. Not particularly a fan of this one. This is the old-fashioned unicorn. It was one of my first ever ones that I ever did. Then we have this one. This is the merman. I never finished him. Eventually I'll finish him. I believe I'll finish him. So you see, I have quite a few of them in Mythomorphia to do. Hi, Michelle. How are you? Yay, everybody comes right when in the end. I think so. I have I posted it in my Facebook group. I even posted it. I don't know why the YouTube thing is not working as well anymore. And this is from Finding the Lost Girl pencils. These really color extremely well. I don't know why, but I seem to have developed a thing all of a sudden for fairy tales again. Remember a long time ago, these books was like all of a sudden everybody was buying these books, and then these books became hard to get. Yeah, I think we now finished this page. Yay! Yay! So that's that. That actually came out nice. So we used Prismas, Sohos. Yeah, but now they're really expensive. to buy these books. I know some people will go and get in the Italian versions because they couldn't get these books in stock at one point. Mhm. The next one. Yeah, you know what's funny is I can't find my Alice in Wonderland book right now, but I'm sure it'll show up. No, everything shows up eventually. We'll do this. We'll start this today, and then we'll end it a little bit later. You know, I really must say, I think I like this budget set a lot. And by the way, the Finding the Lost Gold pencils, they say are oil-based, not wax. And I find them they're really very, very smooth. They like this paper. You know, some pencils don't like certain books. Another paper loves certain books. You know what I mean? It's not like I think this might replace the Black Widows as my favorite, but I still like the Black Widows. Yeah, I know. Sometimes, don't discriminate just because they budget. A lot of people will say, well, you should buy expensive pencils. Not necessarily. I use the Black Widows along with my Prisoners and other expensive pencils, but sometimes, every once in a while, you'll find a good budget-friendly pencil. The only thing I don't like about budget-friendly pencils is you have to buy another set when you start running out of colors that you use a lot. This is Rising by Karolina Kubikowska. I will say that I really, really enjoy. Thank you, but here's the thing. I think some pencils work better on certain paper, and then some pencils don't work well. Like I find that a lot of my pencils don't work very well on the Color-It books. But for those books, I tend to use markers now. Because what was happening with the Color-It books was they were eating a lot of my pencils, and I'm like, no matter what. When the kids come over, I give them the Crayolas, or I give them Artist Loft or whatever budget friendly. Like I have a whole case with nothing but like budget friendly pencils. So in there, I've included the Queen Sean, the Crayolas. I have the Artist Loft. The stuff that's a little bit more on the cheaper side for them. You're doing some nice work in that symphony of cute animals, Michelle. I have that book, but it's like I have to have a color idea in mind when I do it. hmm You notice there's a snake here, and I've got to do that. Yeah, I know. I gave you one of those. I think it was because I had like 2 copies of that. Not every color in heaven I have liked. Some are like, But I will tell you the thing that I don't like about this Halloween special, Michelle, is that the paper is really, really the Halloween one that I got a little while ago, and I've already done 2 pictures. The thing I don't like about it is that it's really thin, the paper. Now, here's the thing about when the paper is really thin, it doesn't work very well with, like, some people are going to use markers no matter what the paper is, but when it's that thin, in my opinion, I'm like, why? The paper used to be better, Michelle. It used to be much better than what it is now. I don't know. I understand that they want to keep costs down. I wouldn't mind paying an extra dollar or two if they would do better paper. Now, everybody says that in retrospect, but then when the prices actually go up, people get like, why you do this for? Why you do that for? That wasn't right. So that really is not fair to, say something like that you don't like the paper, and then people complain, oh, you're going to increase the price. Why'd you do that for? That's not nice. No, it's like no matter what you do, they kind of get screwed. No matter what you do sometimes. I mean, you can't please everybody all the time. And I think that when we finish the snake, we'll be done today. I know, it's like, but with color and heaven, I feel that the images are so nice. Especially when they do the ones with like multi-artists. But you know what? They were like 2 pictures in the Color and Heaven magazine that I really like. So what I did do with them is I scanned them in to my computer. And so then when I go up, I'll just print it out on my cardstock, those images. For that Halloween special, I'm coloring that book. I decided to color that book in nothing but colored pencil because the paper quality isn't my favorite in it. You can tell we're coloring this. really very, very nicely. I like coloring this. And I'm still on episode 3 of Loki. The big TV in the living room is not working, so now me and my mother are looking to buy some new TVs. But I know it's kind of weird to have to share TV with her. And I kind of was like upset because there was no American Horror Story this week. I'm like, I don't know if it was because of football, basketball. I never know when things are done. And I missed something. I missed the brown hair. Hold on, guys. I missed another piece of brown hair. When you miss something, you're like, why did you miss that? It does. So it's frustrating for me anyway. So, guys, this is where so for those of you, this is what we finished in. I had started this page a long time ago, and I finally finished it on stream today. I know, right? The stuff I miss. But, there's also stuff that I miss eating before my health diagnosis. One thing that I can't have is I try to have bacon, but I can't have regular bacon. I have to have a low sodium alternative to bacon. So the problem, me and my health condition, is that I have to when I buy stuff at the supermarket, I have to look at the sodium and go, how much is a serving and how much is the sodium? So, for me, it's a very different dynamic going forward. It's not like it was before. Everything changes. That is life. Hi, Emily. We're just getting ready to finish up, actually. So we're finishing up because we finished one picture. So, guys, I'm going to show Emily what we actually started coloring, what we did first. And see, we did this one today, the Wizard of Oz. This was an old whip. So we used today. So what we used today was Prismas, Sohos, Finding the Lost Girl pencils, Derwent Pro Colors is what I used. So we finished that. I've actually finished a long-term whip. And so it didn't come out nice. I do like that. And then this is Rising from Karolina Kubikowska, which we started. So I used that with the Finding the Lost Girl pencils, which this is one case of Finding the Lost Girl pencils. So the tin looks like this. When you get them, they're actually billed as a kid's pencil, but I find that they're very smooth, and they're only about, what did they come up to, about $16, $15 with the coupon on Amazon. I featured them last week on this channel, so this is what they look like in the tin. So, those are new, and they're really, really very, very good. I got a lot of recommendations from the Facebook page group. That's how I found them, through Facebook. Somebody, one of my longtime friends got these. She was raving about it on the Facebook group. People love these things. Sometimes this does not want to go back evenly. I've got to get a case for these, but I like the tin so much. I like the tin so much on this. Like I want a case that looks similar like this. So, and these are oil pastels. They were really hard to find actually. So I did a link last week to these on the channel. So that's why I did a stream last week. So to feature these. So these are excellent budget-friendly pencils. I highly recommend you guys get these. I give them a 4.5. The more I'm using them, the more I'm liking them. The only thing I don't like about them is not enough skin tones, but you can't get everything, you know? That's why we have the more expensive sets. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this stream. So today's books are Rising and The Wizard of Oz. Everybody have a great day. Bye.